It's Joanne. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator in Alberta, Canada, and I thought I would stop by today and show you these cute little cards. They're the stamp sets I'll be using are in the annual catalog, and I'll show you those in a moment. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention my hostess code for this month is B4MWJPVA. And if you place an order, please put that code in there. It basically combines the orders into a larger order and provides hostess benefits to me. That's my website with Stampin' Up! Lighthousegreetings.ca is my blog, and if you want to contact me, it's lighthousegreetings@gmail.com. I will mention that this is our annual catalog. It was released on May 4th, and if you would like a copy of this catalog, I can mail it to you. It's a $10 purchase. However, I will enclose a $10 voucher for towards your first order. So basically the catalog is free if you would like to have it. I also will mention that if you see cards that you like here today and you want to arrange a get-together with some friends or family, or a nice little evening over Zoom doing something fun, contact me and we can arrange that. I would send the card kits to you in the mail, and we will get together through Zoom. I would send you the code. Basically, you just have to download the Zoom app, and once you have that, the code will take you right to the meeting together. So if that's something you're interested in, please contact me. Again, it's lighthousegreetings@gmail.com, and we'll get started here today. So basically the stamp sets that I'm using is this Sailing Home bundle. It comes with the matching dies, smooth sailing dies, and so I'm using this set. It's actually from our last year's catalog, and that's when I purchased it. And this little set here, Party Puffins, I'll be using this stamp set as well. And the other thing I'm going to be using just for the greeting alone, I've modified Happy For You to change it to For You. And I'm also using the die that comes with this set that normally punches out the envelope, and I will be using that to cut the little For You on the greeting. Okay, so just want to show you quickly how to make these cards. This is what they look like. They use acetate, which gives them a nice shine, and even though they're a little bit intensive to put together. You have to line everything up quite well, and I will show you how to get started with those. So like I said, they're pretty cute. You could enclose them. They could be a Father's Day card. They could be a birthday card. You could enclose them with a gift if you like. Just punch a little hole through here, and they would hang off a bottle of any kind, or you could attach them to a gift bag. So I will put those aside and show you what I did. So the first step with these cards is to get a piece of acetate and cut it 3 inches by 6 inches. So this makes a little 3x3 card. Once you score it down the middle and fold it, and it will need to be burnished somehow. Next thing to do would be to die cut, stamp and die cut your sailboat, your penguin, and then die cut. There's dies with this. This one you need to fussy cut, and this one has an anchor, or a ship's wheel, I guess that is, that you can die cut as well. That Sailing Home set also comes with this anchor that you could die cut, which would be equally cute. So I used the copper colored cardstock to make the little anchor. Cut that out. I stamped with my Stamparatus tool that I have. The one I have is not from Stampin' Up, but it works in a similar way. To make the black really intense on your penguin, you probably need to stamp it a couple of times in the same spot, and that tool allows you to stamp over the image more than once. And then I colored these, the little feet and the penguin's beak, with Calypso Coral, and this one is Daffodil Delight. And Daffodil Delight is the color of the sail on the sailboat. I used this cardstock from our designer series paper, and it comes in 6x6 sheets, and I thought it sort of imitated water on the background. The sailboat is colored with smoky slate, and I use a blending brush to just put a little blue at the bottom where the water would be. So once you have this piece here is cut out at so 3x3, so it would be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and so these are components that you need to put together your card. So the first thing I did was take my piece of acetate and insert this in behind the acetate, leaving a frame evenly all around the edge of that piece of paper. This allowed me to line up my penguin. So, in order to attach my penguin, I'm going to add dimensionals to the back, and I'm going to line him up with this little line here, and make sure that his little tail is not sticking out past the edge. That's what I did on the first one, and I didn't like the way it looked in the background. So I'm going to put my little penguin right here. Now on your boat wheel, you will need a dimensional in the middle, a little piece of dimensional on the outside edge, and a little bit of liquid glue on the opposite side. And that is so that you can lift up one side to be even with the level of the penguin, and the other side you can attach to the penguin himself. So I'll just take my backing off. And attach this little guy, and I'm going to line the little spokes of the boat wheel up with his little hands, and make it look like he's sailing that boat wheel. Okay, and again, make sure that your pieces are not going over the edge of the cardstock below. Now you'll notice that this penguin covers up part of the paper behind him. So in order to attach this paper, I'm going to hide those pieces of adhesive behind the elements of the front of my card. So again, make sure everything is pretty straight there, like so, and hold this side of your paper, lift up your inside, and place it on the back of your penguin or on your paper, whichever way you prefer. I think the other ones I actually put it on the paper, but this one it just seemed a little easier to put it on the penguin, so I'll do it that way. So that's my little penguin, and the paper now is partially secured to the front of the card flap, like so. So the next thing was to stamp For You on my little square and die cut it. And instead of using dimensionals, I just glued a couple of extra scrap paper to the back to lift it up a little, and I'm going to use liquid glue to attach that to the front. You don't need very much. It kind of, especially on acetate, it squeezes out and it can make a mess if you're not careful. So I like the For You halfway between the boat and the bottom of the card, and I'm going to just line that up straight. Give it a minute to dry. And then, still looking a little wonky there. Then we lift up the inside of the card, and again I'm going to attach my tear and tape adhesive to the area behind the For You. So you can lift that up, attach your double-sided tape, tear off the backing, and bring it down flat. So now we have it secured in 2 spots. The last thing to do is to add my gems. Now these gems are from, I'm actually using Noble Peacock, which are expired, but the holiday rhinestones, basic jewels, have blue ones on there as well. It's just that I've completely used all those. So I will use these now. I'll put a couple of gems up here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is when you order paper pumpkin kits, it comes with these little mini dots. And I'm going to use those just because they have a backing on them and they're easy to line up really carefully with the back of my little jewel here. Push down, then release the backing. And once you attach that down, you can't see it. It's hidden by the gem, and it kind of disappears there. The next thing, I will add a 3rd jewel to the other side over here. And that is because if I don't put something there, you end up with this kind of coming away from the acetate. So I will attach my little glue dot again to the area on the back of that gem. Don't know if you can see that. So I have the little glue dot on the back of this gem here, and I'll take the backing off and push that down flat. There you have it. That's the front of your card. Now, as you can see, it's got a bit of a shimmer to it when you look at the front. The back of the card, in order to do that, what I did was I have a piece of Pacific Point cardstock. This is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, the same as the front of the card. Now, in order to line this up, I am going to add some double-sided tape to the back of the card. The reason I flipped it is because when you cut it with your trimmer, there's a little bit of a ridge here. And because you're going to see it through the card, I prefer to have the smoother edge facing towards the front. So I'm going to add my adhesive here, and I'm going to leave a border kind of all the way around this and just put my double-sided tape in the middle. Then what I did before was take backing off one side of this, and I'm going to line this up with the front of my card. It's very tricky. Okay, that seems pretty good. I can't see the front. I can't see any of the other cardstock through either side of it. So I think that's lined up pretty good. So the next step is push down your backing here, your adhesive, sorry, and release the backing from the other side. There you go. So I have the backing on here, and the back of my card is covered, so you won't see glue from either side. The next step is to line up my white cardstock. This is cut at 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm just going to put the double-sided tape on right around the edge of this, as close to the edge as I can get it, so that it doesn't kind of flap. There we go. And I'm going to take the release paper off one. I'm going to fold this back a little, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Just fold it back a little. Now, we want this to cover up this adhesive, but I'm not making it the same size. You could if you wanted to, but I'm doing it a little smaller so that you have a blue border around the white cardstock. So then I'm lining up the white cardstock with the blue border, leaving, it should leave about 1/8 of an inch on each side. So that looks about right. So now, because I folded these back, they're easy to get off. You just pull on those, and you can remove your last piece of adhesive backing and push down. There you go. You have a cute little card. Sometimes this might need to be burnished again. It kind of lifts a little once you open and close the card a few times. So you have a cute little card to put in with a gift. And this little flock of penguins is ready to go. Just 1 second here, and I'll show you another couple of cards that I made with that Party Penguins set. So I think they're super cute. And I made these for a swap with some other demonstrators in Alberta, and so they'll be receiving these in the mail. So I'll put those aside for a minute. And I'll just show you another couple of cards that I've made with the Party Penguin set. If this is something you'd be interested in learning how to do, please contact me, and I will. So this little guy's in the front, and it lifts and says happy birthday inside. So I can show you how to do that card. If you would like to learn how, give me a call or an email. So that one. And this is a cute little grad card that I made for my grandson. Hopefully he doesn't watch my video. I don't think he does. So this is a graduation card. Here's your little tassel. Lifts up. Says you're the best. Bravo. Let the adventure begin. And we have a little group of penguins, but he's the best. So he has his little diploma and his little grad hat. There we go. So I made that. It could be used for any male or female graduate. And I think the penguins make a cute little whimsical touch on that. So that's those two cards. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. And hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.